This is November 4th. I've been waiting for a wind like this, a southeast wind. It's supposed to be 10 miles per hour, but it's pretty calm right now. I've got pictures of it looks like a 10-pointer, maybe 130-inch 10-pointer in here. When I walked in, I pulled the card from the scrape and put some more scent in the scrape and just checked it on my iPad. He was here yesterday morning, almost at 6 o'clock, so he's got to be in the general area. We'll see what we see this morning. I spooked a deer coming in. I think it was a doe, but she stood over there and blew several times, probably 10 times, then came back and blew some more. I'm already here, so I'm just gonna stay. I just shot the 10-pointer. Oh, I could just hear him fall. There's a nice 2-year-old 8-pointer that came into the scrape, and he opened up the scrape, and as soon as he got to the scrape, I heard another deer snort wheeze. I had just grunted with my grunt call maybe 5 minutes ago, back in this direction and in this direction. There's a big oak hillside over here, and they had been using it real heavily. since I got a picture of him and he was coming from that direction yesterday morning, I thought, well, he could be down in there. But this other 8-pointer came in from this direction, came in and opened up the scrape, smelled it. The 10-pointer came around him. I didn't think I was going to get a shot. I thought he may walk around him and I couldn't get my shot. The 8-pointer came into the scrape. Once he left the scrape, when the 10-pointer came up close, he got on my trail and he was stomping. And I thought it was over, but if he would have taken any step left or right, I could shoot. If he went straight away, I had no shot. I was fortunate. He turned and got enough chest out from behind the tree. I could get my shot and hit him good. And I could hear him fall back over here, maybe, I don't know, 100 yards or so. But we'll get down in a few minutes and look at him. I think he's the same 10-pointer I have the pictures of. When I looked at his rack, I didn't have to look long, so he's a nice buck. We'll go look at him in a minute. You can actually see where that deer had been running down this hill. This is the direction he actually came from earlier when I heard him walking up the hill. This beautiful 10-pointer, I have a little bit of history with him. I have just a few trail cam pictures of him. I knew he was in there, and when I went in this morning, I used my iPad to check my trail camera, and he had been there at 5 minutes till 6 yesterday, and also again at 9 a.m. So I was very, very hopeful that I was going to at least see him. And when the 8-pointer came in and was standing on the scrape and I heard a snort wheeze, I knew it was a buck at least the same size or bigger. And when he walked out, it didn't take me long. I put down my binoculars and got ready. And when he walked the circle around him, I was just hopeful he was going to come in close enough for the shot. I had a feeling he was going to go to the scrape because the 8-pointer was standing on the scrape. But when the 8-pointer started stomping, he was stomping. He smelled my trail. I was like, I didn't know if he was going to come in or not. And when he was already 22 yards behind a tree facing me, so I really didn't have any shot at that time. When he turned to leave is when he exposed his chest and gave me the shot, and that's history. He's a beautiful, probably a 3-year-old 10-pointer. Grosses about 131 to 132. I'm very pleased. Nice buck for the year. This is January 1st, 2015. We're going to try to bring in the new year in the right way. I'm here on my poor man's food plot. I'm going to try to take a doe this evening. There has been a nice 10-pointer. I've seen him on this plot one other time, but out in my main food plot, he's been out there 3 times. He's not very consistent though, so if a doe comes in this evening, we're going to try to take it. It's late in the season. We only have less than 2 weeks left here in Illinois. That doe was about 39 yards. I'm glad to get her. It's January 1st. We've only got a couple weeks left in season, like I said. They came in, I watched them from probably 100 yards. Came in and stood out there at 50 yards, and the one came in fairly close, 25 yards, and she smelled something she didn't like. Turned around and walked back out to 40. I ranged her a couple times and waited till she was in the right position where I wanted to have a good shot. Took the shot and she moved. I don't know where the arrow hit her, but she only went about 80 yards and fell over. It looked like it was quartering away. I can't see the arrow on the ground, so it still may be in the deer. Let's go find her. Sometimes things go as planned, sometimes they don't. The deer didn't come in quite as close as what I wanted. Took a 40-yard shot that came out just perfect. I couldn't have placed it any better. They came into the poor man's food plot late in the year. It's got planted in wheat. It's not a very big plot. I was afraid they were going to eat it all, and it turns out that they nibble it down to almost the dirt. It was still green. They haven't been hitting it real hard. They've been on the camera almost every day at multiple times. So these were only 3 of them. The big 10-pointer that I was hunting didn't show up, and if I don't get him, at least I have meat in the freezer for the rest of the year. A great doe, great hunt. I'm very happy with it, and we'll see you again next year on Midwest Whitetails.